Hi guys, it's Sead. Welcome back to Warthog Defense. Tonight we delve into a chilling incident that has sent shockwaves through international circles, the downing of Russian Il-76 plane in Belgorod. Initial reports from Russian authorities claim that the aircraft was allegedly transporting Ukrainian prisoners. However, as we unpack the layers of this narrative, a stark contrast emerges, pointing to a potential fabrication and a darker truth. Evidence begins to surface challenging the story of Ukrainian prisoners being on board. Scrutinizing flight records and previous experiences, a different picture emerges, one that questions the official narrative. As we navigate through the intricate details, suspicions grow that the Russian government might be concealing a more sinister reality. Could it be possible that the Il-76, far from carrying Ukrainian captives, was actually a victim of internal discord or a tragic accident? In this video we are breaking the Russian narrative surrounding the downing of the plane and shedding light on the possibility that Russia might be concealing the true nature of this tragic incident.
A Russian Il-72 transport plane crashed in Belgorod Oblast, and Russian authorities claimed that 65 Ukrainian prisoners of war were on the plane when it crashed. Russian propagandist Margarita Simonyan shared a list of the alleged names of those on the plane. According to Belgorod Oblast Governor Vyacheslav Gladkov, air defenses were active in Russia's Belgorod Oblast shortly before a Russian Il-76 military transport plane crashed, so the Russian side accused Ukraine for the crash. Gladkov reported that air defenses were operating at 10:35 a.m. local time, saying that a drone had been shot down over the village of Blizhny, located around 60 kilometers southwest of Yablanovo, where the plane crashed at around 11 o'clock local time. He also said that local authorities were still looking into the consequences on the ground after the drone was downed, adding that according to preliminary data, there were casualties or damage. Ukraine's military intelligence, or HUR, as it is known in Ukraine, said the Russian side did not inform it about the need to ensure the safety of the airspace after a plane crashed over Belgorod that the Russian Defense Ministry claims had Ukrainian prisoners of war on board. HUR also confirmed that a prisoner exchange had been planned on January 24th. We do not have reliable and comprehensive information about who exactly was on board the plane or how many people may have potentially been on it, HR said. Ukraine fulfilled its part of the prisoner swap. The safety of the Russian prisoners was ensured, and they were taken to the agreed-upon exchange point, HUR added. The Russian side did not notify Ukraine about the necessity to ensure the safety of the airspace around Belgorod, HUR said, which has been done repeatedly in the past. HUR went on to say that it may have been a deliberate move by Russia to create a threat to the life and safety of the prisoners. And this is an excellent thread from Sofia Ukraini about the incident. After you see this, a lot of things will be clearer, since the media is just parroting the Russians without any investigative journalism. Has that died these days? Here is a nice long thread with some facts about the Il-76 that was shot down over Russia. First, the Il-76 was leaving Belgorod and heading away from Ukraine. Second, it just came from Iran like today. The downed Russian Air Force Il-76 RA-78,830, from what I see, had just had a flight from Moscow to Iran around January 23rd. Then it was seen taking off from Iran and then getting back to Russia via Saudi and Egyptian airspace on January 24th. And then it was downed near Belgorod. And I have a question. Was it carrying Ukrainian prisoners or Iranian weapons to Belgorod and farther into Russia? Third, the list of POWs that Russia said was on board. A large part of these people have already been exchanged, marked in red. Fourth, where are the 74 bodies? Fifth, according to Russia, there were 74 people on board, 6 crew and 65 prisoners. That would mean there was only 3 guards, Ukrainian soldier which was on another prisoner exchange, and he said he had 20 guards for 50 prisoners. Sixth, here is the president of Somalia giving Putin his condolences. I heard about the crash of the plane, and I would like to express my sincere condolences on behalf of myself and the people for the death of the Russian soldiers. What happened is either Ukraine shot it down or Russia's famed air defense did. There were no prisoners on board. This is just a lie so as to not embarrass themselves. Now, if only the people getting paid for breaking news stories actually did their job, that would be just fantastic. Seventh, here is more footage from the crash site. No bodies. I have unfortunately seen footage of when Russia shot down the Dutch MH17, and there were bodies everywhere. So let's conclude. The official version of the Russian Federation regarding the crash of Il-76 is illogical, and here is why. The aircraft crashed, was shot down, on takeoff from the airfield in Belgorod. Where exactly could the prisoners, who were already 40 kilometers away from the Ukrainian border, have been delivered to? The Kolotylovka-Pokrovka border point is the only functioning corridor for exchanges. It is 95 kilometers away from Belgorod, and it is impossible to deliver anyone there by plane. That very aircraft has never been used for transporting POWs before. Moreover, it flew to the Middle East, and its current flight was a return from there. The Il-76 shot down today near Belgorod was returning to Chkalovsky Military Air Base after its routine patrol of the Middle East. Such a route the aircraft has been doing regularly for several years now, sources reported. The Russian side claims to have warned the Ukrainian side about the route of the prisoners' delivery. However, a strike on our own soldiers is absolutely not favorable to Ukraine and would create massive problems for us, both at home and in the international arena. Whereas for the Russian Federation, everything is exactly the opposite, as the first reaction of officials confirms. For example, the Speaker of the State Duma Vysat Volodin changed the discussion towards the necessity of finding out what weapon was used to shoot down the aircraft, with an obvious promotion of demands to the West to stop providing high-tech military aid to Ukraine. The aircraft was flying north, in the opposite direction from the border with Ukraine. No official Ukrainian spokesman gave any information about the shooting down of the aircraft, no confirmation or claim of responsibility. The attack on the aircraft could happen only in case of a Russian provocation and special operation of Russian special services that misinformed the Ukrainian side about the particular flight. There is no evidence that there were 63 Ukrainian prisoners of war on board. The lists that are thrown in the media space by the Russian side are not any kind of evidence, and it is impossible to verify them. In fact, about 17 names on the list coincide with the names of prisoners of war already exchanged earlier. Observers pointed out that for such a large number of prisoners, the number of declared accompanying officers, 3, is too small, which is a violation of all statutes and protocols. Such a large number of victims is not confirmed by the first photos and videos from the crash site. Neither bodies nor their fragments were seen in the frame. Only later it was stated that the bodies were found 2 kilometers away from the crash site, which is also strange, given the circumstances of the fall as captured on video. There are obvious traces of detonation of some cargo on board. There was data that Il-76 carried missiles for the S-300 complex. And it is extremely strange that there could be both prisoners of war and a cargo of missiles on the same board. Had conclusions 1. The circumstances of the crash have not been established fully. The fact of Ukrainian prisoners of war being on board has not been established either. If the latter is confirmed, then they could have been on board this particular aircraft only as a result of a provocative special operation by Russian special services. 2. The situation is favorable to Russia and 100% disadvantageous to Ukraine. The allegations about the purposeful killing of its own military captives is a deliberate lie that fits only within the framework of Russian propaganda cliches. 3. In the operational information boost, Russian agents in the West and Russian bot farms have been noticed and became active from the very first minutes. 4. The circumstances of the story with Il-76 are similar to the story of the killing of Ukrainian POWs at the Russian Olenivka prison camp. No evidence that the strike on the camp was conducted by the Ukrainian side has ever appeared, and international experts were not allowed to visit the scene. 5. If the Russian Federation is confident in its version of the events, it should initiate the creation of an international commission to investigate the case and open access to all materials related to it.
Thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked this video and I hope that we shed some light of this tragic incident. Comment, like, subscribe, become a member and stay strong.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week at 6 rescues in 6 days. He's doing